Get the pacifier. Get the pacifier.
Okay, so we're just gonna wait for an audience to build up. I usually have people on here within 3 minutes, under 3 minutes. I was looking, I love Google. Google is just so on point sometimes. Um, I was looking up zodiac signs and their liquor. I know this is
What?
kind of funny, but I was a peppermint snaps.
You said and they're what?
A peppermint snaps because like
No,
these
what were you
astro
looking at? Their zodiac signs and what?
yeah, and their liquor, the type of liquor that you are.
Oh wow.
And I seen yours. Yours was some type of French thing, leche de mente. So you're supposed to be like a strong mint too. And I thought it was funny because I'm peppermint schnapps, and with you being an Aries, you were lay something de mente, which was like some French mint. I'm like, this is so crazy because we have so much in common and we tell each other all the time, like, damn, we be going through the same things at the same time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hi, Dana. Hi, how are you, girl? It's nice to see you here. All right, so we have two people here. Who's the other person that's with us? And don't forget to like and smash that like button and subscribe if you are not already subscribed to my channel so you can be updated on my latest and my current videos. So, I would like to let you guys know I have a special guest that is with me that is here to discuss some things that I feel that you as a consumer need to know. Okay. Um, Alorian currency. I don't know why they
Hey,
didn't put your name on there, girl. Hold on 1 second. Let me see if I can get your name on there. Um, huh. Can you put your name on there, Alorian?
it's showing that my name's on there.
Oh, it is. Okay. All right. So my thing is covering it up. All right. So you guys, Alorian, I have known her for over 7+ years. And she was there at the beginning with me when I opened up my metaphysical school. And for some of you that may not know how I met Alorian, Alorian was a godsend to me from the universe. Okay. It was at a night at my cousin's club that Mario was supposed to be there. It was a meet and greet. And all these people were just all over Mario, like, oh, hi, baby daddy. Oh, hi, husband. Hi, this, hi, that. But when I got to Mario, I was like wanting to pick his brain. Of course, Mario's attractive, but I wasn't mesmerized like those girls were. I was just like, I want to see what's in his mind. Forget how he looked. I want to see what comes out his mouth. So I asked Mario, I said, you can tell a man by the books that he read. So I asked him what type of books that he read. He named one by Neville Goddard that really wasn't a title because I'm like a Neville Goddard like diehard fan. I know every single book that Neville wrote. Okay, and I laughed at him because I knew he was BSing me about the title of the book, but I didn't say anything. I didn't blow his cover. And then I told him because he asked me what was my favorite book. So I gave him, two titles by Neville Goddard and one by Joseph Murphy. And so he basically called me out in front of everybody saying that I was trying to flirt with him, but I wasn't. He was like, yeah, you use that as a conscious pickup line. I see what you're doing. And so the long story short, he said he was going to get my number. He was going to give me his number in front of everybody. And I met beautiful Alorian outside as I was taking my heels off because they was killing my feet. And as I was walking back into the club, Alorian, she was like, "So what about this metaphysical school?" Because me and Mario were talking about collaborating together with this metaphysical school, but that didn't happen. And I started telling her about my metaphysical school. And before you know it, I was like, "Oh, hold on, let me go back in there." And when I went in there, he was gone. And everybody was like, "Mario was looking for you." And Alorian was talking to me about it the other day, and that somebody had said that I was outside or whatever, and somebody said I left. Like he didn't really know if I was there or not, so he ended up leaving. Ugh. Every time I think about that, you guys, I really want to cry, but I'm glad something good came out of it, and that is my contact, my connection with my sister, Alorian. And we have been like really strong for 7 years straight. So, Alorian, would you like to introduce yourself and what it is that you're bringing to this platform tonight?
Yes. Hello, boss friends. That's a little terminology I say. If you follow me on any of my social platforms, you will see that I always use the term boss friends. So I just want to let you know that it's just because if I call you a boss friend, it's because you are a boss friend. So um, I'm 30 years old. I currently live in Atlanta. We met in Indianapolis. I was a student at her metaphysical school, which was awesome. She also saved my life. Hint, hint. I was like literally dying from an allergic nut reaction that we had on one of her field trips for her school. And she definitely, I still use that technique to this day. It's basically the grounding of the footwork technique to heal myself because I thought I was out of here. So that definitely brought us closer, like we weren't already close enough. Um, but yes, I have been in the financial world. I dove off into that. I'm also an artist, um, but I actually dove off into the financial scene. Once I got to Atlanta, I was doing bank loans, processing, helping people get their credit together, different like that. I was working for a black-owned brokerage firm, and then I just switched over for writing grants. So one thing about me is I love YouTube, YouTube University. There you go. But it's not always like the best route because you get so many people who like have different experiences or like they'll lead you astray. You gotta worry about different things, or they won't always tell you the real ins and outs or leave something open. And with this consumer law that Dr. Tyan is speaking on, you just kind of gotta know your stuff. And so I just been diving off into learning, and then I introduced Dr. Tyan into the consumer law, and we have just found out so much amazing information and have great progress doing it. So she invited me to come on to kind of get people and possibly you guys can get help from us as well since we're smashing the consumer law game right now. But I just a lot of people always say, "Well, how do you have it?" And the basic question I always want people to ask themselves is when you turn 18, you ever thought about why do you just all of a sudden have like credit card offers and you're getting credit? Um, co- like everybody knows America is not giving you anything for free. You have to work for everything or know somebody or you know how it goes. I don't really have to explain it, but nothing really for free. I think the most freest type of money we gotten was the stimulus checks, but and that was even a shocker. And you see that it abruptly stopped. Like we still don't need them, but definitely need them now with inflation. Um, but you're just born as a natural creditor. The moment you unfortunately your parents sign that birth certificate, you do belong to the state. That is the downfall about all this. Like it sounds crazy, it sounds, but the government owns us now. But the perk is the government owns you so much that because they have us listed as legal tender, so we are money. You are a walking bag. You are a walking credit. you're only asking these people to extend your own credit. And so that's just the basic of it all. You know what I'm saying? Because of course there's so much definitions and so much lengthy stuff that goes with it. But just ponder on that to know that you are a natural person and you are a walking bag. You are a walking thousandaire, millionaire, however it goes. Um, but yes, so we just discovered that and we just been pushing it forward and standing on their necks. Ain't that right, Dr. Tyan?
Absolutely. No holds bar. Absolutely. So I want to let them know that you have put together a video that they can get some of this information that we're talking about for free. But if they personally want to dive deeper into this, it's highly recommended that they solicit us for our services. And only because I've done it myself and I don't give a fuck about what nobody say or what they say to me. I can hold my own. But when I got off the phone with that lady, I was like so infuriated with her because I had took notes when I was because I don't get all these motherfucking laws in my head. I'm a doctor, not a lawyer, okay, for one. So I took some notes and yes, I was reading from my motherfucking notes. This bitch said I read from a script. And I just let her have her little attack because what I said to her was more infuriating than what the fuck she said to me. So I'm like, okay, she got her job in. Good for her.
And when
Now I'm about
I trying, I said, "Oh well, as long as you stated it, don't matter if you sound like a robot, a no bot, as long as you stated it, baby, on that recording, that's all that matters." So you can say it in whatever monotone you want. You could have spoken in Spanish for all they give a damn. As long as you stated, baby, okay.
exactly. And I made sure that I got all the laws down and that I quoted all the laws and that I specifically told her that she was breaking the law. And that and this is a thing that I wanted to emphasize is that when you, just so you guys know what we're talking about, I went to go get a loan for a um exotic vehicle. Okay. I got approved. No problem. 10 times out of 11, some people won't get approved. And we also do services for that too. But in my case and in a Lorian case, we both got approved, but they try to charge us a down payment because of both of our vehicles are high end vehicles. That's illegal, y'all. Did you know that? Do you know that you are not supposed to be charged a down payment cash when you have access, full access? And I learned this from a Lorian, full access to your credit. That means I can go tomorrow and I can apply for $1 million home because I have full access to my credit as a consumer the day that I'm born, the day that I get that social security card and my name is typed on that social security card in all caps. I'm a corporation, right? So I, by law, by consumer law, am entitled to getting approved. And if you don't give me that amount of money, then that's discrimination.
All of these people who are legally held, like mortgage, it could be a brokerage firm, it could be a bank, it can just be like a regular, like little loan company, a little private loan company. It doesn't matter. Okay, they're legally named like the actual legal term for them instead of loan or bank. You'll never see that in the laws. They call them holders. And I'm like, wow, why are they called holders? Because all they're doing is just have a legal right to hold your money. So I tell people this example all the time. Imagine you get somebody gives you $25 gift card to go to Walmart. You know that card is $25, but you have to go to Walmart to get it. So you can only do so much. Like you have it, so that social security number is your Walmart gift card, but you have to go to Walmart to get it. So you have to go to those people to get it. That's all you're doing. All you're doing is saying, "Hey, in good faith, I and asking for for you to give me my own credit." Now, where I don't advise people to do is go get $1 million house if you can't pay for that mortgage every month, because it still is a real loan. You still do have to pay it back, so it's not like you're getting something for free. You're just not having to go through so much hassle of getting denied. Getting denied is illegal because you can't deny me of something that belongs to me. I'm only asking you to give me my credit. If you think about it, they paint a picture in our head like it's their credit. No, but they ask you to run your social security number because if it was their credit, they would just it'll be associated with something of theirs. No, they're just a holder. You going to ask for your own credit. Hey, I'm asking for extension of my own credit. And a lot of people do abuse this law and go out and buy a whole bunch of stuff, and they're heavily in debt. Because what you can't do is go to Wells Fargo and ask for $100,000, then don't pay them back and go ask for another one because they have the legal right to deny you because you told them in good faith, what I'm saying, that your credit was issued and you were denied, but and that you'll pay it. So they can hold that up and deny you again. So you never want to just run around, just running things up, and it's bad karma anyways, guys. I learned from one of the girls that I had learned from that she speaks on intention because this is God's law. This is a very spiritual divine order. This is your birth given right. You don't want to go around and just buy a whole bunch of Lamborghinis and take your yacht trips and then just be broke. It's never going to work out in your favor. You're going to come across some type of issues. So these are for the people who really just want to get out of poverty, want to live a fulfilled life, want to start a business. This is who is going to work for it. Like I said, because this is God law, you can't just really abuse it. So I just wanted to touch bases on that just to give people more insight on how serious this is and how life changing it can really be.
I am so happy that you emphasize on that fact because no matter how you give information and you give it in good, intentions, there's still a lot of people out here that don't have good intentions. And they have bad intentions and they think that when they hear stuff like this, oh, this is a come up, oh, this is a meal ticket. But it's not. It's really your credit. And you can either use it or abuse it. It's just like our cell phones. We can use it for good or we can use it for bad. Or the internet. We can use it for good or we can use it for bad. You might as well, if it's something that's already working out for you, you want it to continue to work for you and not against you. So I do love the fact that you are stressing that because, there are some small few that will take advantage or try to take advantage. But like you said, in the end, it comes back to bite you. Like, I'm never going to apply for anything that I know I personally cannot afford.
Yes, quickest way.
Even millionaires have their limits. Trust me.
Yes.
Don't let people that are millionaires and billionaires and people that have money deceive you. You know how many times since I've made over six figures that I've not had access to my own fucking money and my accounts got locked?
My own personal experience, what I tell people all the time, I
Mhm.
used to work for a very, very rich man, and I remember um how much he used to struggle with trying to obtain all this stuff that he had got. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, this is consumer law. So as human beings, especially in America, we are all about consuming. We want to buy, but we get programmed to buy. We get
Mhm.
taught this. So you know what I'm saying, don't ever make yourself feel bad. And it's okay to have things, you know what I'm saying, that are of nice quality and things. I'm not knocking nobody going by. But we all know the times where you just don't need it and couldn't afford it and you're out buying. Like I said, don't really beat yourself up because we get trained that way. So I found
Yeah.
this man really trying to upkeep his image. And I realized, though, one of the worst things that those people experience and why they go into depression so much is because either A, they got all those things, realize it still didn't make them happy, or two, they got all those things and now they can't afford it. It's so hard to try to keep up with a $5,000 or $10,000 a month mortgage versus a little $1,000 in rent. That say if you just had like a small apartment, sometimes people get away ahead of themselves, and that is the hardest to come back for because how can you really you'll literally have to sell things. You know how I mean how embarrassing it is. I used to date a guy who had a moving company, in Trash Hall. It was so embarrassing. People were the most embarrassed when they had to go to the rich communities and help evacuate these people and stuff because they got evicted. Or seeing people out there selling their big items they went out and purchased. Now they have to sell them. The whole neighborhood is looking at them that makes a lot of people depressed. That's why a lot of rich people kill themselves because of just the embarrassment. So you don't never want to go buy something that you can afford, especially something of big nature, because you're gonna end up either selling it anyways, or the total embarrassment of everybody knowing you went from zero to from 100 to zero in a matter of however long, simply because you abuse this type of law. Because like I said, it really is real, guys. You can go out and get loans. You can go out and get auto loans, refinance, anything that is involving your credit. You are legally owed, and we'll talk about and show you the breakdowns of the laws. And Dr. Tyan has definitely helped me with um, the templates. Oh my God, the templates that we have for the letters to use to send these people when you are denied, the scripts to say, the rebuttals that you may get. I have every rebuttal you can think of, like unless it's just something
Usually.
super weird or crazy, but because you
So,
never know what you're. But she came up with the most amazing templates, and she pretty much took what I told her. She's like, she's great at making things better, like putting her splish and splash. She's always been at, like, it's a gift of hers. So you can come to her with some dirt and she'll turn it into gold. So that's what I did. I came with my little
aw.
pile of dirt. I came with my pile of dirt. I'm
No,
telling
really.
you, turned it into gold coins. I was like, she got
It's really kind of it's a blessing how I really came into this because you can ask Alorian. I was trying to shy away from it. I'm like, but I got so many other irons in the fire. I got so many other projects. And Alorian was like, Professor, you're not about to walk away. You're gonna help me. You're gonna help me. I was like,
He's trying
okay.
to hit me with this. So, well, why don't I just no, man? We are partners in this now, girl. I need you. I need you. I got a whole bunch of dirt for you to turn into gold, baby. Don't play with me.
Uh-huh. And she was not taking no for an answer, just like she don't take no for an answer when she on a phone call with these card companies and credit card holders. She is really super amazing. Um, so what we're coming on to let you know is introducing you to this because Lorian also will be a part of my Divine Matrix class, and she's going to have like a small segment there on this in more detail because there's so many levels to this, and you're not going to know everything that you need to know in just one live video about consumer laws because Alorian has been studying this longer than me, and we both together still, as partners, are learning new things every day.
Every day.
It's like, oh my God, there's more. Like
Yes,
there's more to
we
know
thought
about
that
this.
we
Are
could
you?
only get this and only get that just to discover, oh, wow. It's like it opens, once you start this journey, it opens up a whole nother door. But what I did as far as learning is I got what I needed first. I needed a home, I needed some money, and I needed a car. All the other stuff. So you go about what you need first. Oh, and my bills paid. So that's the first free video we're gonna drop. Is just um, how to
Pay
go
your
about
bills for
paying.
free.
Yep. So that's what we'll start with. That'll be the gym, and
Hmm.
everything else, will have to be a purchase. But the packages are coming. That's the turning the dirt to gold part. So we got the gold
Hmm.
miner over there. That's coming.
Absolutely. So about time the Divine Matrix class come. For those that sign up for the Divine Matrix class, of course, you're going to get a sweet little discount because that's how I do it. I love rewarding people for putting themselves first. Okay. This is going to benefit you because I'm already, applied for my mortgage. I already applied for my vehicle. I already got approved. So this is for you now, for me to use the tools that I've used to come to help you. That is another part of the Divine Matrix class that I'm proud to add as an addition. And I'm very grateful and thankful that I listened to God's source to not do the Divine Matrix class when I wanted to do it last month. Because had I have done that, you would not have had access to this information. I would have already, shot the video and what would have been said, and I would have had to come back and do a divine matrix too. Like I always have to come back and do a part two because things just come to me sometimes at a later time. But this time I wanted to put my all into it. I wanted to give you guys so much power and control over your own lives on the 3D, 4D, 5D, 7D, whatever D, on all levels, on all dimensions, and just re-collaborating back with Alorian and starting this business together just took things to a whole stratosphere for me, a whole nother stratosphere. Honestly, I was trying to go north, and Alorian was like, "No, we're about to go east." And we're gonna do it together. Like I, as long as I've known Alorian has definitely been very in control and very dominant, but she's always let me kind of like lead my own little way. She was like, you are not talking yourself out of not doing this with me. You are doing this with me, whether you like it or not. End of story.
I had a whole download, guys, as I was listening to her favorite song and didn't even know it was her favorite song. And then I sent it. I sent the song and was like, I don't know. I was listening to this beautiful song and Spirit told me that you need to do this and that with me. And she was like, girl, this is my favorite song. I'm like, shut up. Like, this is it. And the reason why like she said, we just deserve to be here for free. Like seriously, having your bills paid, going to get your own extension of credit, that is something of God. And I want to mention this like quickly before we get off. This is the dimension of the yin and the yang, okay? As above, so below. So they every time we think about the law, let's keep it real. When we hear the word law, we hear about it's basically we think about what you're not supposed to do. And it's almost like a negative connotation. Nobody when we hear law, it's almost like something negative, or something has to do
Mm-hmm.
with something tragic. You know what I'm saying? It can trigger you. Especially people who've gone through the court justice system. They don't even want to go. You know what I'm saying? Some people don't even want to get married in the court no more because they've been through so much. So, like I said, if there's bad laws and there's good laws, and we just don't get taught the good laws. We always get taught what not to do and what you're supposed to do, and you'll get in
The
trouble.
negative part, the
The
negative
negative
side.
part. But this
Mm-hmm.
side, but on the other side, so I call that, what I'm saying, the demonic part of the law, the black, whoever you believe in, I don't believe Satan is this man with red horns or whatever, but um or the devil's that I believe in devils, anything dark, demonic of that nature. So this is God's law. There has to be
Mm-hmm.
a black and white. There has to be a yin and a yang. So that is all bad stuff. So it has to be something good for us out there, and we're just not showing it. So this is what we do. We are the carriers and the keepers of our people. We are coming to you with like almost like the Moses tablets. Like, look,
Mm-hmm.
have found these things for you. Hope is here because I know we're all struggling. It doesn't matter, and nobody. I always used to say that, and I feel like I spoke on this, and I was so passionate about it. I'm sure most of us have said it. Why do we have to pay for air? Why do we got to pay for lights? Why do we got to pay for water? I used to say that all
Mm-hmm.
and I'm
Mm-hmm.
sure a lot of y'all have too. It's never made sense to me. It's never sat right in my spirit. And then you severely get punished, what I'm saying, aka get it cut off, what I'm saying, if you don't got it. So people most
Mm-hmm.
spend most of their lives. My dad, for example, he spent his whole life basically just making sure he paid them bills. We had to survive. Paying the bills equals survival. So I'm so
Mm-hmm.
tired of being in survival mode for so much. We already are in survival mode for other things. Why the livelihoodness of just being able to have the basics, the necessities to absolutely live? Imagine having that burden off your shoulder. What type of person you would be?
Mm. A person that is peaceful, stress free, and happy.
Right. All you just gotta deal, this don't solve everything, you know what I'm saying? You still gotta deal
Right.
with the crazy the crazy people of the world and stuff, but shoot, at least that's less of a burden. And we're trying to take away as many burdens as we can for you. Some things are just what you attract and it's just your journey. I get that. But as far as the 3D tangible things, just surviving day to day, this
Hmm.
is a way that we can help you do that.
Absolutely. And just to give you a recap of what we offer, like in general, um, the bills being paid through the government or through your credit. Um, Also, we found in our discovery, it wasn't an accident, but it was an oops moment for me. A way that you can change your name without going through the courts, and it's legal. Okay, we have forms already for that. Um, it's just pretty much just revamping your whole life. Honestly, this is what we're here to help you to do, is to lead an easier life, because there's some people that don't like their names. They don't like their first name, they don't like their last name. You got a Lorian who has a beautiful first name, so she's definitely keeping that, but she's in the process of changing her last name, and it's beautiful. It means something to her. Me, you guys already know I'm in the middle of, I'm already did one step. I just need to do my second step of changing my name, and it's going to be legal without going through the courts. We always, like Alorian said, when we think about, the government, we always think about the negative side, or we always think that we have to do it because everybody else is doing it this way. So I'm going to have to do it too. So me and my little savvy self, I found out that I don't even have to go to court at all to change my name. We don't have to keep on going behind people or doing things the way other people are doing things. I feel that God's chosen people are really awakening. Like, we are really seeing through the smoke and mirrors. We are starting to see things God's way, which is totally different from the 3D. And another thing that I would like to say is that Alorian, she kind of touched on a divine law, but the divine law is really the laws that we should be abiding by instead of the laws of the land, because the laws of the land is nothing besides just basically a subsidiary off of God's laws anyway. And when you are divining as a diviner, and you're going to learn more about this in the Divine Matrix class, you will totally find the divine within yourself, and you will commune with God and know that you and God are one. And when you start formatting your mind, or let's say reformatting your mind to divine's law, you'll start to realize that we have been taught from birth all wrong. And it's going to take some time to adjust as a diviner, because me and Alorian, we're actually, I hope you don't mind me talking about the class that we're taking. I won't name the person, but we're taking this divine class from this wonderful angelic person. I call him an earth angel. And together, we're kind of like accountability partners in this, because you guys, living a divine life and living in sovereignty and living in true goddessship is never easy. It's not. You got to have somebody that is on your level, because each level you meet a new devil. And I don't mean that in a religious, churchy way. I mean that in just elevation within itself. If you think about elevations, think about ceilings. Once you reach one ceiling or break through one ceiling, you got another ceiling to go, until you get to the point where you are truly acclimated and actualized and realized in your divinity, that you realize there weren't no motherfucking ceilings in the first place, that you and your monkey mind created them damn ceilings, and not the world or not people that are outside of you. There is no enemy on the without if there's no enemy within. And one thing that I learned from our teacher, and it's so crazy because listen, I am Alorian's professor, but me and Alorian are going to school together. And Alorian is the one that introduced me to this school. But it just goes to show you that sometimes as the teacher, you're the student, and vice versa. Sometimes as a student, you're the teacher. And in all of this information, do you know, I never knew until our teacher pointed out this very fact. The Bible never even spoke after God put Adam to sleep to perform surgery, because that's basically what he did. He removed his rib, he put him to sleep up under anesthesia. Okay. And from my mentor and teacher, Billy Parsons, said that um, they were, the Garden of Eden was a lab. Okay, that's the reason why they couldn't go out of the garden, is because basically they were cloning people. They were genetically modifying people. And this is the reason why, out of all the chakra systems that we have, 122 to be exact, we only use seven. And if we really get good, we'll use 10, but we'll never use 11 and 12 because it's not earthly, it's spiritual. And maybe we already are using them, but we just don't know it yet. But we'll never use it while we're physically here on this earthly plane. But it never speaks about him waking back up. So how in the hell was he saying the last bone of my bone, flesh of my flesh, when he was still asleep? It never spoke about him ever awakening. And then in the book of Isaiah, it talks about Adam awakening. It talks about him awakening and living again. It's talking about Adam's consciousness and awakening to the state of divinity. And I'm going to get more into that on the Divine Matrix class because I don't want to spoil it. I don't want to give everything all away. But I will tell you, for those of you that do sign up for the Divine Matrix class tonight or tomorrow, because I'm only leaving it open for 2 days to get to receive the full discount on the package from Arimathea Wealth Strategies. That's the name of the company that is going to be giving you the documentations, the templates, and all of this and that and the other. You're going to get $100 off, and the package is 500, and it's worth actually more than that. There are people that are doing the same exact thing that me and Alorian is doing, and they start off at 2,000, and the highest package I've seen was 8,000, and they're not giving you nearly as much as what we're giving you. I promise you. I looked into it, I've studied, I researched it. I went to master classes, listening in just to see. And it's not even half of what me and Alorian is giving to you. And when I tell you that Alorian is a researcher, she is a researcher like no one I have ever seen.
Yeah, I still read books and write notes. I'm still old school with it. I just found like that to be the best. When I write it down, I have to write it on so many times repetition. Like I know these laws and stuff like the back of my hand now. But I made myself flashcards and stuff. I just really studied, and I did pay for a couple of courses. I mean I learned a lot. I really was learning for get the templates. I mean get going in and get the templates. Those templates are gold, y'all. The templates basically for whatever problem you're having, whether it's no cash down, whether it's they denied you for credit, whatever. We have a template where you would literally just insert your name and the institution that denies you for how much, um, and then get it notarized and send it off. We do that work for you. What to say. So those are things like that. So for every situation you come across, and plus we're not just gonna give it to you and leave you hanging. You can literally hit us up and be like, "Hey, this is what they said back. What do I do now?" Um, like I said, you're my boss friend for a reason. So we got your back. We'll hold your hand because we needed some hands. And we held each other's hand. We
We
still is.
sure did. Cause soon as I got off the phone call with Carvana, I called Alorian. I was like, Alorian, I gotta play the recording for you, girl. And she listened, and she was like, you did good. You did real good. You stood your ground, and despite what she was saying, you was not backing down. You had no problem telling her she was breaking the law. And that's the thing. You really have to be assertive and aggressive because I'm telling you, it's a dog eat dog world out here for consumers. They will chew you up and they will fucking spit you the fuck out. Okay? And honestly, when I got off the phone, I felt like I wanted to cry. I'm like, I have never in my life, you guys, I have never been talked to like that.
Oh yeah, the one man at the car dealership, he belittled me. He said, "Ha ha ha, little girl. I don't know what if you've been to them buy her, pay her places, but this is United BMW. We are a real dealership. I don't know what you talking about, but we don't abide by those laws." I said, "Oh really? So you shouldn't be in business here. So I should try to report you to the B&B and other things because it says anybody operating up under this type of business, aka you, that you have to abide by these laws." I had to fight and I had to fight, but I fought. Baby, you gonna go to war. Put your spiritual. Hey, if you don't want to go to war, please don't do this. I need. We
Mhm.
gonna make that a disclaimer. Tell them, Dr. Tyan,
Yeah,
baby, you
it's
gonna
not
put
for
your
the meek
boots
of
on.
hearts.
It
It's
is
not for
not.
the weak. It is
It is
not for the
not.
weak, and this is the reason why we put the packages together too, because we realize everybody's not cut out for this, but everybody is entitled to this and
Yep.
deserve this. And if you don't want to fight for it, hire us and we'll fight for you. Because you got two warrior beasts that know the law, know what to say, and they will go to bat for you and will save you the heartache and the trouble and the stress. Because let me tell you something, it's stressful. That's the reason
It
why
is. It
I
can
said,
be. I
because
enjoy it now because I'm an Aries, so I like kicking ass. Anyways, I kick ass every time I go to my dreams. I'm a demon slayer for real, and I like to kick ass. You know, I'm an Aries, and anybody knows Aries, we are just warriors at heart. So
yep,
I get a kick out of it. You know what I'm saying? I get a kick
right,
out of it. I get a kick out of but it's only because I'm confident. If you're not confident, it's like it's like bringing a knife to a gunfight.
exactly.
So if you're not confident, you got to have somebody who's confident with you. What I tell you, Dr. Tyan, when you did every step, I said, okay, I am here on standby if you need me.
Yep, and she was.
Time in.
I only need to call her once, and that's when I got through everything I needed to get through on the phone with Carvana to hang them. I got them. I got them to the point where Alorian was even so surprised that they gave me their legal information that damn quick. They gave me that shit less than 5 minutes. Am
Yep.
I lying, Alorian?
Nope. Hey, and now we have.
Never
That's what I
seen
was
that
gonna do.
happen.
And now we have that. So we know Carvana is a big one. They got every car you could think of. So we might. You know what I'm saying? We might just make that the go-to, since we got the legal
Yep.
department information, because that's something we usually have to go research and stuff.
Yeah.
But that's just buying it on the internet. If you want to go into a dealership and have that face-to-face talk, you will get the car a little bit quicker, but it's a
Hmm.
lot more energy because now you somebody in your face talking down to
Yeah.
you. So,
Yeah.
um, like I said, this is not for the weak. But when you got
Oh,
people like us on your side,
oh, yeah.
Nationwide is on your side.
And we both got our vehicles. At the end of the day,
Yep.
you can't get, like Lorian said, you cannot get something for nothing. But if you hold your ground, hold your guns, you're gonna get what you deserve. Why go to a fucking car lot and get approved for a loan and you can't even get the fucking car you want on the goddamn lot?
Yep.
You're basically settling. This is how I feel. I feel like you're being punked out of your own money.
Yeah. It's an emotional distress. It causes some people you get triggered by those type of things. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
That's a trigger for a lot of people. And it was almost a trigger for me before I knew all this. It was. I remember when I went to the dealership, I had my baby. And he was acting out so much, and me and the car dealership man, we were having such a. And I went and looked at everything, and they just denied me, and I was like, why? And he was like, yeah, and the way he treated me after that, I was like, wow, we was just kicking it. You was just playing with my baby. You took me around. You was smiling. You offered me coffee. You brought me some little cheese cracker things, which was nasty as hell. But me and the baby ate them. And then when he realized I got denied, when he realized I got denied, y'all, he was so like, okay, when are you leaving? You know that vibe. When you sitting at your friend's house, and they're like, okay, what you finna
You
do?
wear
Like
out your
that's
welcome. Yep.
what you finna do.
Right?
I was
You
like,
don't gotta go
wow.
home, but you gotta get the hell up out of here.
Okay, listen, y'all. I felt like crap, y'all. I wanted to cry. I think I did cry. I cried on the way home. I just felt like a failure, and I remember I was going back home in this old raggedy ass Volkswagen that my friend let me borrow because it was the second car for her. And I mean the Volvo was so raggedy, y'all. And I remember my baby being in the back. And he was crying. So I just had a really distressful day. But I told myself then, I prayed to God. I said, I'm gonna get me a car. I should have walked back up in that lot, which I really can. Now that I got that sauce, I really want to walk back in the lot and go to a whole nother salesman right in front of him and go do it. But that's not really having good intentions, so I ain't did it yet. But yeah, I can't wait to see that man one day and pull up on him my new ride. Like, boy, bye, you really tried me. And here
Mhm.
goes some. And I'm gonna buy him some crackers. I'm like, these are good crackers. Why y'all got these cheap ass crackers up here?
All right, so we're gonna open it up for the audience. We only have a couple of people on the line to just kind of ask questions. If you have any questions, Oh, thank you, Dana. Dana is a big supporter, Alorian. She's one of my moderators, and she's like really high energy. She's been going through a lot of shifts and stuff lately too. So we all on here just holding space, sharing the energy. Love it. Dana, I'm surprised you don't have no questions, girl. I'm going to give just a short story and then you guys can hold your questions and I'll answer them once I'm done. But in the meantime, there was a lady that we worked to, just kind of switching gears here. And her name is Tanya. So Tanya, she works hard for her money, okay? I mean, go get her, everything of the kind. So finally, she saved up enough money so she can purchase a vehicle. Oh, okay. I am not surprised, Dana. She said she knew some of this stuff already. All right. So she got to the point where she was ready to go buy her dream car. So eager to purchase her car, she went to a local dealership, okay, armed with her hard earned money and her savings. She was very happy, but soon got let down, okay? Very disappointed because the car dealership informed her that she did not have a substantial down payment in order to gain access to her vehicle. So this was very unexpected for her. So it left her frustrated and discouraged. And she saved up all this damn money and it still wasn't enough. Can you imagine that, y'all? You thinking that you about to go drive your new whip. You know you got thousands and thousands. You got racks on racks on racks and stacks on stacks on stacks. And you can't even get your dream car. So listen, Tanya did not let that set her back or derail her dreams, honey. She contacted our agency, all right, and she already knew through Alorian and friends and family alike about what Alorian has done and how she's helped others. So she reached out, we connected with her, and Alorian was very attentive, listened to Miss Tanya's situation, emphasizing her predicament and understanding her desire to, not put down that down payment. So realizing that the consumer protection laws could potentially help her and turn Tanya's information into a favor, Alorian helped her. All right. So there are laws such as the Truth in Lending Act and also the Equal Credit Opportunity Act that we use to help the car lot be very clear of their violation of these laws. And that demanding a large down payment outside of credit and you asking for cash for something that someone's already been approved for is illegal. Period, point blank, hands down. There is no arguing about that. How the hell am I going to get approved for, let's say, $40,000 and you asking me to give you 11,000 just so I can access my credit to 40,000? You guys, it's straight robbery. Okay? So we were able to help her out, get her on her feet and literally drive her brand new vehicle. Okay? And this happens all the time. Car lots violate people all the time, and they realize the gravity of their violations. But they pretend that they don't know because they're not lawyers, so they don't speak nothing legal to you. All right. So this
Let me tell you
story,
something. The car
mhm,
salesman never knows, but the finance manager do. And let me tell you, the finance manager is the one who do all
the paperwork.
the paperwork, and that's
Yeah.
the person who give you that. He give the paper to the salesman. So don't ever get mad at the salesman. Your beef is always gonna be with the finance manager. That's the big dog on campus. He runs the whole dealership, not the salesman, not the general manager, baby. So the car salesman will never know. The finance manager will. But like I said, that's the one who give the pre-approvals and tell your client they need to put this much down and all that. So that is who you focus your attention to. That's who always give everybody a hard time. Is the underwriter from is it from the lender? It's gonna be the underwriter. That's the big dog on campus. And the car dealership, when we speaking of cars, is the finance manager. But they both know these laws.
Okay, Alorian, address Dana's comment here. She said that I have had terrible experiences at dealerships as well. The best thing that I ever did was walk in with pre-approval. I had a pre-approval. I had a whole damn approval. How about that? If it went beyond I went from a pre-approval to approval to basically them denying me to pick up the vehicle because they wanted almost $12,000 because it was a fucking exotic car. I don't give a fuck. It wasn't the most exotic car I ever had.
They try to ask me for $7,500 for a $30,000 BMW. Like, you on drugs.
Hmm.
So yeah, the pre-approvals I just learned because state laws are different too. So I just learned here in Georgia that pre-approvals are only are if they're sort of illegal, it has a lot of contingencies. So I'm like, oh wow, for people who are in Georgia, I can help them out with that, and then like in Texas, you're not allowed to list a car as used. So some of these
Hmm.
state laws they be breaking too, not even the federal. I'm talking about from their very state. So we
Yep.
just help you. We have a way of helping you for wherever car, and this is wherever you're trying to buy the car, not where you reside. So you technically can buy a car from Texas using some of these laws and our templates with our sauce and stuff. What to say, how to go about that, how to approach it from here. Um, you can get a car from Texas real easy. And one of my other mentors broke that down for me. I'm like, oh wow. So we just
Hmm.
and like I said, and now we have Carvana and their legal team numbers. So Carvana delivered a car. So we got that sauce, we got that remedy. Hey.
Exactly. All right, you guys. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to kind of like close out on this. But I do want to say that anybody, and I mean anybody that watches this video, views this video, feel like that they can be, we can be of help to them. You have today and tomorrow for that $100 off for the package. And for anybody who signs up for the Divine Matrix class, I'll give you 50% off. Not off of the Divine Matrix class, but off of this package. Okay.
And that's a great deal, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Yeah, there's a lot of y'all know. A lot of y'all who've heard this information, y'all know how much the packages be. I just ended up catching a deal because I had wrote a grant for one of the people who had. So I did like an exchange, but I still had to pay like what $900 or something. I just broke it off into two, and yeah, that's he was charging $1,700 though, and that was his special. So I was like, sheesh. But I mean, it's worth it. I just didn't have the money. I just didn't have the money, but I understood the worth. That's why I was trying to make sure I did everything to get in that class. I'm like, look, I know, and it was worth it. I was
Hmm.
able to gain so much more value and grab monetary things way past that $1,700. So it's one of the best investments that I've made. Just sitting up here researching, taking this time out. Um, I've had a couple of fails because at first I was just thinking I could do it on my own. So um, that's why we really don't encourage you to do that because we just don't want you getting in any type of trouble or any type of legal situations that you don't want to. That's why we just want to hold your hand. Hold my hand.
And I understand that, and Lorian, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think anyone that is out here doing consumer law offers to be on standby and to get on a call if need be.
Yes, we will schedule times with you. You know what I'm saying? Because when we ain't gonna be available, like don't just call us and be like, "Hey, I got this person on the line." It might work, it might not, but we are very busy. We're both single mothers with businesses, but definitely, if you be like, "Hey, let's schedule a time to call this place in the morning," we'll give you an hour slot and walk you through, do some role playing, and just be on standby as your legal counsel. Hey, I have my legal counsel on the phone. I'm gonna chime in. Is that okay with you? Okay, great. Chime us in.
Yep. And one more thing that I would want to also stress, because we don't want to mislead anyone or to make you think that we're just going to be readily available. If in any instances where we're not available, you got a template for whatever they just put in detail in a voice recording, please, what they said. and we will give you a template for it, like within 24 hours.
And I have a list of rebuttals that she's adding to the course. So we have many rebuttals that you can look up in case whatever is said, because they're usually like one of the 10 things, what you're going to hear as far as what they'll say back. But we got that too. What to say back to went for that. So um, yeah, I think we've covered everything.
We really did very thoroughly. And like I said again, in the Divine Matrix class, we're going to be talking more in detail and in length about it. The packages, we're going to do the package breakdown on all of that. So, thank you guys for chiming in, tuning in, and I will leave links if you would like to donate to Alorian. I also will leave my link as well for the Divine Matrix class, and if you want to donate as well to Dr. Tyann, no problem. If you want to sign up for the package for the consumer law, it's just a basic package with free videos, free templates, and then also the packaging if you need rebuttals, if you need us to be there for you to walk you through it, to answer questions. Now, I do want to tell you, majority of the question answering is going to be with Alorian because Alorian is very much more knowledgeable. I'm knowledgeable, but not to the extent that she is. So, I am going to let you know that Alorian is the go to person for that. And Alorian is my business partner. She's very competent and equipped in handling those questions.
Yeah,
All
I
right,
got
you
it back.
guys.
I'm ready to go. I'm
And
coming with
she's
the
not
full
lying,
box.
trust me.
We
I
might
know
even do a
her in
little
real
theme
life,
song.
and
We're
girl,
gonna
if
play a
she's
little
here, so
theme
humble.
song for her. We're gonna be like, hold on 1 minute and hit a 30-second theme song. They gonna know. We're gonna put a "We Ready." I'm just playing.
You're so silly. But I tell you what, even me just for the very first time using the laws and the things that I've written that I have learned from Alorian and also learned on my own, I got their legal department less than 5 minutes of hanging up the phone. That's how much I got up underneath their skin. I set their asses on fire. Trust me. Okay. They about to give me my motherfucking car. Okay. I already got approved, ho. What you hold my shit for? For what? Almost $12,000 that you're not going to get from my bank account. Mm-mm. And there it
Yeah, it
is.
don't even make sense. Like, come on now, don't play with me. If you willing to give
Yeah.
me 20, 30, 40 grand, well, that's not a little bit of money. We're not talking about $1,000 little loan. If you're willing to give me that, what does it matter if I give you if I give you a down payment? Anyways, if you think about it, if somebody the finance manager told me this, and I made him feel real stupid. He said because if you put $7,500 down, you're less likely um, not want to lose a car. I said, I don't care if I put zero
What the
dollars
fuck?
down. Who wants to try to lose a car? I said, let me tell you something. When you fall on hard times, you don't care about how much money you got you put down your down payment some time ago. You just trying to keep the car because it's a survive. Everybody needs a car to
Exactly.
survive. So how dare that be your conclusion? Or why you feel like I should put in this money so you can feel like you can trust me? Boy,
And
if you
then
can
that's
trust
what
me
you
with 30
mentioned.
grand, you can trust me with 40. Now run me that whole thing.
Come on now. Now,
Stop
what the
playing
fuck
with
you
me.
need $11,000 for almost $50,000 fucking car? The
Exactly.
fuck
Like,
out of here.
boy, if you don't go ahead, I was like, really? That's what y'all tell yourselves? Like, no. And so when I called the institution, I asked them, I said, did y'all make me put a down payment? They said, no, the dealership did. I called right back. I said, exactly. You lied to me. You put it all on the lender. Didn't even want to give me the lender's phone number. These are the games they play. I said that's
Hmm.
illegal for you not to give me. How you gonna have me go business with these people and I can't even know who they is until you I sign this paper, boy. If you don't give me them lender numbers and let them tell me, they asked for that. Let
Tell
them.
them you was on the phone with the lender while you was at the lot, and didn't even know you was calling the lenders.
Oh, I called immediately. He was like, "That's not usually how we do things here." I said, "Well, guess what? I miss unusual. Now go ahead and bring me that paper."
I know that's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
you'll
also,
disrupt their energy. You'll disrupt their whole routine, and they don't like
I'm
that.
t- I'm a girl. I'm telling you, that lady gave me that legal department number so damn fast because everything that I spoke was legal. You would have thought I was a fucking lawyer that day. Okay. Dana, you were talking about is it industry specific? I'm just going to give you a few examples of how you can use your credit card, is what its legal term is. That's basically your credit that you have for your trust. Okay. Um, Credit cards, if you get denied for a credit card, if you get denied for a personal loan, all these are applicable. You can use consumer law for anything that you get denied because it's your credit and you should never be denied. I don't give a damn if your credit is a one, which we know it will never be because it only goes from three and up. But anyway, my point is this: no matter what your credit look like or whatever it acts like, it does not matter. You should never, as a consumer, be denied your money. It's your money, not the bank, yours. So, those are just different variables of what you can get denied for and what you can hire us for to help you with. And then Alorian also has a package where she can help you pay your bills and you will never have to pay your bills again. Like, literally. She's really the truth. I've seen a lot of people do different things, but they pick certain areas that they help people with. I've never seen a conglomeration like we have, where we just do anything that has to do with consumers and them being denied of their credit. We help them with it. I'm in the process. I got my letter today, Alorian, from Navy Federal. I'm in the process of going after my bank because they denied me. They gave me a little petty ass little motherfucking $200. That's what I got approved for. How do I get only a $200 card when I make over six figures a year? So now I got to rebuttal with them. So that's my next step. So I hope that answers your question. And putting all that money down doesn't make a dent in your payment. It really don't. It makes it makes a dent in my pockets though. Oh, sorry. I think we lost Lorian. So, you guys, I'm gonna go ahead and end it on that note. That is my cue. Lorian's back with us. Hold on one second. Let me bring her on. Hey, I lost you.
Yeah, my phone went dead.
Oh, okay.
But I was gonna say my friend is using the sauce to get mini cars and putting them on Turo and stuff. 'Cause, that's a different source of income. 'Cause the one thing you don't want to do is go out and get a bunch of cars and then you get all these payments. So,
Right.
'cause baby, them
Well,
payments
we're
gonna
gonna
be high.
teach you. Yeah, we're gonna teach you how to do all of that in the divine matrix. Okay, how you can use these vehicles and make you a residual income 15,000, $20,000 a month. So that you got to be a part of that divine matrix class to get that information. That's sauce right there, baby. And thank you so much for coming on and telling them about that as well. Because this is how the rich keep getting richer, y'all.
Yes.
It's because they know what their rights are. All right, y'all. I'm about to go ahead and sign off from here. Thank you guys for joining and watching. I know this was last minute for a lot of my subscribers, but thank you for even the few that came through. All right. Namaste, y'all.